Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Hellbent, and today I'm going to release a little update that I have to my Snapit image sequence recorder. So what this does, it allows me, if you're not familiar, it allows me to take lossless video basically of whatever I want without worrying about my computer being able to handle the extra processing. So if I try to record most things using the OBS recording software, which is what I'm recording this video in, if I try to record anything other than this text editor, I have problems. For one, the video quality isn't very good. Two, if there's a lot of things going on, like if the particular thing uses a lot of my computer's processing power, then the video starts to stutter, it drops a huge amount of frames, etc., etc. I can't record anything using OBS. I can record this. This is what I can record using OBS. Everything else I can't. So with this, I can record tons and tons of other things at tremendous qualities, like lossless quality, like greater than 1080p. Like if every single pixel that is actually on the screen, it gets recorded as that color. Everything's perfect. So I'd released this before, the version 0.2. This is still a prototype, basically. It's a working prototype, so it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. But the main update for this one is the last update. What it did was, as it would record, you would have to wait until you're done recording every single frame before it would save those frames to memory or to disk space. What I've done now, with the problem with that is, as you approach like 2,000, 3,000 frames, you're looking at you're using 5, 6, 7 gigabytes of RAM, right? So that's a big problem. So what I have done is I've set it up. I've just picked an arbitrary value. I said, okay, what can I record at and know that it's able to record that shot and save it to memory in order to be ready to record the next shot. I picked 200 milliseconds. So if I record at speeds greater than 200 milliseconds or 5 frames per second, then what it does is it will record that frame, save that frame to memory, release the RAM, and then reuse that RAM again for the next frame. Be ready in time for the next frame. Likewise with the playback speed, if you do set the playback speed to be greater than 50 milliseconds, it does the same thing. It'll load that image into RAM, display that image, release that memory, and then load the next one. The arbitrary value of 200, you can probably get away with it being a little bit lower, probably maybe even up to 100 or 70 milliseconds. So if you want to play around with that, you're going to be looking in the code, you're going to be looking for all the instances of RS less than 200. So you can change this RS less than 200 to, let's say, RS less than 100, etc., etc., and then go from that. I think that's pretty much it. If you want to, I know that some people adding hotkeys, like I don't really want to add hotkeys to the hard code, but occasionally I might want to use hotkeys, like if I'm taking screenshots, etc., rapidly taking screenshots, I might not want to have to hit this take snapshot button, or when I'm recording something I might not want to actually hit the record and stop button. So instead what I can do is I can go into the code and add some hotkeys. So if you want to add a hotkey to take a snapshot, just find the label called take snapshot, add in your hotkey, and reload the script, and then you can use that hotkey to trigger that event. The other one for to start recording, stop recording, you're looking for the label called start recording, add your hotkey, and stop recording, add your hotkey. Okay, I think that's it. Other than that, if you want to know about how to actually, if you're not familiar with this, this is your first time encountering this program and you don't know what this does or whatever, I'll leave a link to the first 2 videos that covered what it does and demonstration of how it works and everything like that. I will point out that there is a little bit of a bug right now. I don't know how it got introduced, but for some reason, in order to do the clear images, so each time you record something, you want to make sure that you're recording, the folder for the recordings is empty before you start recording anything. So if I'm recording a whole bunch of different segments, I would record it, take that folder, copy it into a new folder, and then use the same, then re-record use the recording folder again when it's empty. Once I'm done recording, take the recording folder, copy it into another parent folder, rename it blah blah blah, and then have an empty recording folder again. So what you want to do is before you start recording each time, you want to clear all the images. You want to make sure that this folder here is completely empty each time before you hit start recording. There's a bug now where sometimes it doesn't always happen when I recorded something before, but it almost always happens if there was something in the open recording folder, and if I hit play, or if I've been playing something, for some reason it's keeping something buffered in memory somewhere, or maybe the last frame or something like that, where the clear images button doesn't work. The way around it is you can either go into the open recording folder, select all the items in it and delete them manually, or you can reload the script. Then hit the clear images, and that should empty out that open recording folder, or the recording folder. So just be aware that this button is a little bit bugged out right now. What happened was I had made a whole bunch of changes to this program. Then I had some problems with Windows, and I had to reinstall Windows, so I lost all of my old scripts and everything. But fortunately, I had uploaded, I had shared the version 2 of this script, or the version 0.2 of this script. So I took that, tried to make the edits again, and then my computer had some problems. I had to reinstall Windows, so I had to go back again, get the version 2. So somewhere along the lines, when I was frustrated just trying to quickly add in things on the last time, a couple of weird little bugs. That's the main one, that clear images bug. Another weird thing is if I try to record set the preview area to be the whole size of my screen, for some reason the height always gets messed up. It either always sets it to 100 or it sets it to be 2 pixels short or 10 pixels short. It's always one of those 3 values, but if you're going to set it to be the full size of your screen, like I can just grab this, push it up to the top of the screen, and it should adjust to the full size of my screen. Just be aware that there's a little bit of a bug where it doesn't always do that. So be aware, know what your height actually is, so that way you can make adjustments. So my actual height is 768, so I just change it. So be aware that the height, for some reason, I don't know what it is, it just never wants to give me 768. That's it. I think that covers pretty much everything. If you have any questions, before you ask them, be sure you check out the other 2 videos, because they cover a lot of what this program does and how to use it and everything. And then if you still have questions, go ahead and ask, and I'll let you know. Like I said, I don't know if I said it at the beginning of the video or not, but if you want to see a sample of what this does, all of the recent Astroneer videos that I've done, you can look up my Astroneer videos, all the recent ones, the base building ones, they're all done, all that video is done using this, not OBS. I didn't use OBS for those, I used this. Okay, anyways, peace, have a good day.